Once was a circle who had a missing piece, and he was very sad because he had a missing piece. So he decided one day that he would go and look for his missing piece. So he went along singing, "I'm looking for my missing piece. I'm looking for my missing piece. Heidi ho, here I go, looking for my missing piece." But because he couldn't go very fast, it took him a long time to turn around because he had his missing piece. So it would stop, and sometimes it would pass a tortoise, and sometimes the tortoise would pass him. Sometimes he'd stop and smell some nice flowers, looking for my missing piece. Or sometimes he would stop and watch a butterfly land. And all the time he'd be singing, "I'm looking for my missing piece. I'm looking for my missing piece. So Heidi ho, here I go, looking for my missing piece." He passed a worm because he went so slow, and he would stop and talk and say, "Hello." And the worm would say, "What are you doing?" And he'd say, "I'm looking for my missing piece. And when I find my missing piece, I'll dot my I's and cross my T's when I found my missing piece." Anyway, through the cold weather he went. But then the sun would shine, and he'd feel okay, all the time looking for his missing piece and singing his song. When one day he came across a piece, but it was too big, way too big. So he continued on his way, and he came across another piece, but this piece was too sharp. And it hurt him, hurt the piece. So he carried on, and then he came into a piece that was just too little. And he said, "Oh, you're too little." So he carried on. Didn't even try to fit. He knew it wouldn't fit. And he carried on. Then he came across a piece, and he thought, "Oh my, I found my missing piece. Now I can dot my I's and cross my T's. I found my missing piece." "Wait a minute," said the piece. "Before you go dotting your I's and crossing your T's, who says I'm your missing piece? And even if I was a missing piece, who said I want to be your missing piece?" And then Circle said, "Oh, so you're not my missing piece?" He said, "I certainly am not." So sadly he went on his way, but still singing his song happily. "I'm looking for my missing piece. I'm looking for my missing piece. Oh Heidi ho, here I go, looking for my missing piece." Then he bumped into another piece, but this piece was too square. So he said, "That's no good." Carried on, he bumped into another piece, but this piece was too soft. He nearly crushed it. He found another piece and he didn't hold it tight enough, so he dropped it. He found another piece and he held it too tight and he broke. Oh! But still he carried on singing all along, looking for my missing piece, looking for my missing piece. Heidi ho, here I go, looking for my missing piece. When one day he bumped into a piece which looked just right. And he said, I don't suppose I bet you're somebody's missing piece, aren't you?" And he says, "I don't know." He says, "But if you are, you're not my missing piece, are you?" "I don't know," he said. "Well, I bet you wouldn't fit." He goes, "I might." He said, "Well, I suppose you want to be your own piece." He says, "And not somebody else's piece." He says, "I can still be my own and somebody else's piece." "Oh, well, should we give it a try then?" He says, "Yeah, why not?" So they tried, and they fit just perfect. And so the piece was rolling. This time he rolled way too fast, ever so fast, way too fast to see a butterfly land, or to stop and smell a flower, which he used to love doing. He used to love smelling flowers, but this time he was too fast. He couldn't stop and smell. He couldn't stop and pass the tortoise. He couldn't talk to a worm. He just kept going. But at least he could sing his special song about how he's found his missing piece. So he decided to sing, and he went, oh gosh. Now that he'd found his missing piece, he couldn't sing at all. Oh, so slowly he come to a stop. He's gently rested down the missing piece, and he went up on his way, nice and slow, but steady and surely. And he could sing to himself his song, and so he sung, I'm looking for my missing piece. I'm looking for my missing piece. Hidey-ho, here I go, looking for my missing piece. The end.